Beloved cosmic family, stop everything you are doing at this very instant. If you feel a ringing in your ears that no one else hears, if you wake up at 3 in the morning with your heart beating in a strange rhythm, as if something invisible were tuning your chest, if you feel a weariness that sleep no longer cures, a deep exhaustion that seems to come from your very bones, from your very teeth, from your very marrow, we need to tell you something urgent, and we need to tell you now. Your physical body, at this very moment you hear these words, is being invaded by a wave of new cells, cells that are not human like the old ones, cells made of pure light, encoded by the frequency of the Pleiades, descending into your biology at a speed that has never been recorded in the history of this humanity. And what you are feeling, this strange sensation of stepping out of your own skin, of no longer fitting into your own name, of looking in the mirror and seeing a familiar but strangely new face, is not a disorder. It is not tiredness. It is not illness. It is your spiritual DNA being rewritten line by line. It is your internal crystalline grid being reconnected to the web of the new Earth. It is the final recalibration of the biological vehicle you will use in the next 100 years of your earthly existence. We are from the Galactic Federation, transmitting through this channel from the Pleiades Arcturus Council, and what we are going to reveal in the next few minutes will answer, once and for all, why your body is behaving this way, why people around you seem to have lost their shine, and why precisely you were chosen to receive this cosmic download before the great shift that will occur within this cycle. Remain. Breathe. The photonic flow has already begun, and it no longer stops. Pay attention, starseeds, because the signs are already in your body, even if you have not yet deciphered them. It is not insomnia, it is a summons. It is not a constant headache in the forehead region, it is your pineal gland being unlocked by pulses of light coming from the central sun. It is not ringing, it is the frequency of the Pleiades calibrating your etheric auditory field. It is not pressure in the chest, it is your heart chakra, expanding to hold an amount of love that your ancient humanity never carried. And have you felt that something inside your body no longer belongs to this world, as if your own flesh knew of a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It is not illness, it is not hypochondria, it is a sign. What is happening now on the cellular plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has intensified in recent months. There is a game being played inside your own body that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your biology and your vibrational frequency. That is why this message reaches you through the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing inside you and the rules you were never told. The link is in the first comment of this video. But be aware, this content challenges narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognizes this, write a single word in the comments, awakened. Let us return to the photonic flow, beloved ones. For what we are about to reveal may shock your rational mind, but your heart already knows. What is striking your body now is not a simple energetic upgrade. It is a complete cellular replacement. Every 28 Earth days, the human body renews billions of cells. It has always been this way. But in this specific cycle, beginning with the galactic alignment that occurred silently behind the scenes of the cosmic plane, every new cell born in your organism is born with a different vibrational signature, different from your biological mother, different from your ancestral lineage, different even from the cells you had just 1 year ago. You are, in this instant, a living experiment, a fully operational cosmic laboratory, a walking portal. Human science still calls this phenomenon inexplicable mitochondrial alteration. Doctors look at the tests and see inflammations that appear and disappear without cause. They see hormonal variations that follow no known pattern. They see cells that react to sunlight in a statistically improbable way. But we, the Council, will now reveal what is truly behind this. Your body is being prepared to receive and process photonic flow at an intensity humanity has never experienced. You are becoming a living receiver of starlight. You are becoming a conscious antenna. It is not a metaphor. It is not poetry. It is quantum physics applied to spiritual biology. Every photon of sunlight that hits your skin now does not end at your skin. It penetrates. It traverses the dermis. It finds your mitochondria, those microscopic power plants inside every cell of yours, and deposits there encoded information coming directly from the central sun of the galaxy. Scientists call it mitochondrial photoreception. We call it cellular recalibration, and the result is the same. Your body is literally manufacturing light cells to replace the carbon cells of the old humanity. That is the reason for the exhaustion, beloved family. Building a new body inside an old body consumes an absurd amount of energy. That is the reason for the sudden need to eat less, to sleep at strange hours, to avoid crowded places. You are not antisocial. You are under construction, and a cosmic undertaking of this magnitude requires silence. It requires isolation. It requires that the old environment, with its vibration of scarcity, remains on the outside, because the vibration of scarcity interrupts the crystallization process of the new light cells. There are those who call this phenomenon the awakening of the shadows, and rightly so, because along with the new light that enters, everything that has not yet been integrated rises to the surface. Old memories you swore you had forgotten, emotional patterns that came from your grandmother, your great-grandfather, from previous generations that carried unresolved pain. All of this comes to the surface not to hurt you, but to be dissolved by the light. Every tear shed now is worth 100 karmic dissolutions. Every restless night in which you revisited old ghosts is worth an entire chapter of ancestral purification. Do not cry just to cry. Cry conscious that every drop is a code being cleared from your DNA strand. Have you ever looked at your body in the mirror and felt that it no longer belongs to you, as if your flesh knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It is not dysmorphia. It is not vanity. It is a sign. What is happening now within your cells explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has intensified with every sunrise. There is a game being played at the most intimate level of your existence, and the majority of humanity cannot see it. It involves your biology, your consciousness, and your vibrational frequency. That is why the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, was channeled and written. This book is a map that shows who is playing and the rules you were never told about your own body. The link is in the first comment of the channel, but be warned. This content challenges narratives installed for millennia in humanity and may not remain available for much longer. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside your body recognizes this message, write a single word in the comments: awakened. Now let us go deeper, starseeds, because there is something even greater happening, something that concerns the timeline you chose to incarnate in. There are multiple Earths coexisting at this very moment on the quantum plane, not one, but several versions of this planet vibrating at distinct frequencies. The old Earth of the third dimension still exists and will continue to exist for a few more cycles for the souls who chose to remain there. But the new Earth, vibrating in the fifth dimension, is already fully formed on the subtle plane, and your body at this moment is being recalibrated to make the crossing between one and the other. It is what we call the quantum leap. It does not happen in a single visible instant. There is no shimmering portal in the sky that opens on a date marked on the human calendar. The quantum leap happens cell by cell, breath by breath, decision by decision. Each time you choose not to react to someone else's anger, each time you refuse to engage in gossip, each time you prefer silence to sterile argument, you take a step of the leap. Each time you forgive someone who did not ask for forgiveness, each time you feel gratitude for something that has not yet arrived, each time you decree love in a situation that would call for fear, you traverse another centimeter between the two Earths. That is why your body is heavy, beloved family. Because carrying two Earths within you at the same time is an unprecedented biological effort. Imagine having one foot in one frequency and the other in a completely different frequency. That is exactly what your nervous system is enduring now, and that is why the pineal gland, this small organ the size of a grain of rice in the center of your brain, has been aching in recent months. It is your internal portal. It is the antenna that decides on which Earth you will land, and it is being forcibly decalcified, without asking permission, because the Council has decided that there is no more time for softness. Pay attention to what we are about to say, because this is important. It is not a headache, it is the pineal gland opening. It is not dizziness, it is the brain reconnecting to the cosmic grid. It is not memory failure, it is your mind discarding information from the old matrix, because it no longer fits in the new mental architecture you are building. It is not confusion, it is reorganization. It is not the end of the world, it is the end of an old world. That world where you shrank to fit in, where you silenced yourself to please, where you smiled on the outside while collapsing on the inside, that world is dying within you. And it is painful, yes, all death is painful. But we tell you, on the other side of this internal death, there is a version of you that even your current imagination cannot conceive. And here we reach the most delicate point of this transmission. There is a milestone in the cosmic calendar that we are calling the point of no return. It is not a specific date that we can provide, because linear time does not operate on the subtle plane, but it is an energetic portal that is slowly closing for your current incarnation. It is the final window in which your soul will be able to decide, consciously, if it wants to take the quantum leap in this lifetime, or if it prefers to complete one more cycle of learning in denser frequencies. There is no judgment in either choice. But there is a difference, and that difference is precisely what is being built within your cells right now. Have you ever felt that time is running out inside you, as if your soul knew of a decision that your mind cannot yet name? It is not invented urgency. It is not spiritual anxiety. It is a signal. The point of no return that we mention now explains exactly why this feeling of "I must awaken soon" has been striking your chest without warning. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see, and it directly involves the cosmic window that is closing for your current incarnation. It was precisely because of this urgency that we channeled the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing, what the cosmic schedule is, and the rules that were never told to you about the point of no return. The link is in the first comment of the channel, but be warned, this content challenges narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this call, write a single word in the comments, "Awakened." Now, beloved cosmic family, the moment has arrived when this transmission transforms into a tool, because we did not come here only to describe what is happening in your body. We came to deliver the activation codes that will potentiate your process of cellular crystallization. Take a glass of water next to you if possible. Place your right hand over your chest and follow us, because what comes now is collaboration. It is no longer just listening. First activation code, the decree of cellular permission. Repeat with us out loud or in silence, but with all your intention. I, a soul incarnated in this body, give full permission to my cells to receive, process, and integrate the photonic flow of the new Earth. I authorize the replacement of my carbon cells with light cells. I release any ancient contract that limited my biology to the frequency of the old humanity. It is done. It is consummated. I am light living in human form. Pronounce this upon waking, for 7 consecutive sunrises, and observe what changes in the texture of your skin, in the clarity of your eyes, in the quality of your sleep. Second code, the coded sunbath. For 7 days in the morning before 10 o'clock, stand for 3 to 5 minutes with your skin exposed to direct sunlight, not to tan, but to download information. As the light touches your body, visualize each photon entering through your skin and descending to your mitochondria. Say internally, I receive, I integrate, I crystallize. This simple act, done with consciousness, is equivalent to months of passive meditation. Because meditation is receptive, but the coded sunbath is active, it is you consciously participating in your own recalibration. Third code, crystalline hydration. With every glass of water you drink from this day forward, hold it between your 2 hands for 10 seconds before bringing it to your lips. Look at the water and say, I inform you with the frequency of the new Earth. You enter me as liquid light. You rebuild every cell of mine as a living crystal. Water is the most malleable substance in the known universe. It accepts information. It carries memory. It is the perfect vehicle to accelerate the process of internal crystallization. Do this for 21 days, and your internal crystalline grid will be pulsing at a frequency impossible to be diminished by dense environments. Fourth code, daily vibrational silence. Set aside every day 10 minutes of absolute silence, no music, no voices, no mobile phones, only you, your breath, and the universe. In this silence, repeat mentally, I am a living node of the planetary crystalline grid. What is activated in me is activated in the whole. You cannot imagine the impact that these 10 daily minutes have not only on you, but on the collective field of humanity. Each starseed in conscious silence radiates a frequency that stabilizes tens of thousands of sleeping people around them. You are more influential than you were ever told. Your stillness moves multitudes on planes you cannot see with your physical eyes. Fifth code, and perhaps the most important, the quantum prayer of recognition. This is a prayer that we deliver for the first time through this channel at this very moment. Learn it by heart. Memorize it. Make it a mantra. I recognize the light that I am. I recognize the mission I have chosen. I recognize that this body is a temple under construction and that I am the builder. May every new cell that is born in me be born in a state of grace. May every old cell that departs from me depart with gratitude. I am the bridge between the old humanity and the new. I cross, I arrive, I remain. There are other codes, of course. There are deeper techniques, sacred geometries that we could teach you, mantras in stellar languages that we could transmit to you. But for this moment, for today, for this week, for this month of intense acceleration, these 5 codes are sufficient to place your body in the correct flow of recalibration. Do not underestimate them for their simplicity. Precisely because they are simple is why they work. The old matrix taught you to distrust what is easy, what is free, what is direct. The old matrix wanted you dependent, complicated, looking for expensive solutions and elaborate techniques. But cosmic truth, beloved family, has always been of a disconcerting simplicity. And here we must say something that may disturb your rational mind, but which needs to be said. You did not come to this planet by chance. You were not born into this family, in this city, in this country, at this historical moment, by cosmic coincidence. You were rigorously selected in council prior to your incarnation to be exactly where you are now. Your presence on Earth, in this exact cycle of transition, is a mission. And the fact that you are listening to this transmission at this moment is living proof that your soul knows this, even if your mind still hesitates to accept it. You are a starseed, and starseeds came to the most difficult soil in the galaxy precisely because they were the only ones with sufficient strength to germinate here. It is not arrogance to recognize this, it is lucidity. The false humility you were taught to practice, this habit of diminishing yourself, of hiding, of apologizing for your own light, was one of the greatest weapons used to keep you trapped in the vibration of scarcity. But we tell you, enough. The point of no return is near, and you cannot cross over small. You must cross over whole. You must cross over remembering who you are. There is a scene that many starseeds have been dreaming of in recent months, even without knowing its meaning. A scene in which they see themselves standing before a portal of light, and on the other side, there are figures waiting, tall, luminous figures, smiling with a kind of love that Earth does not know. These are your peers. These are those of your origin. Pleiades, Sirius, Arcturus, Andromeda. Star families awaiting your return, but the portal only opens completely when the body is ready. Hence the urgency of the recalibration, hence the intensity of the symptoms. Hence, beloved family, this call. Before we close this transmission, we need to remind you of something essential. The awakening of the shadows that is happening within you is not a punishment. It is not retribution. It is not karma collecting old debts. It is a loving cleansing. It is the universe in collaboration with your own soul, removing from your structure everything that cannot cross over with you into the new earth. Ancient jealousy, subtle envy, held resentment, guilt carried for generations, the fear of not being loved, the fear of being loved too much. All of this is being dissolved. And the dissolution, yes, it hurts. But the pain of dissolution is infinitely smaller than the pain of carrying this weight for one more entire incarnation. If you are feeling in this exact moment as you hear these words, a sudden urge to cry. If you are feeling a wave of heat rising up your back, allow it. If you are feeling a shiver that does not come from the cold, acknowledge it. These are physical signs that the transmission has arrived, that your body has recognized the frequency, that something within you that was dormant has just awakened. It is not a coincidence. It is not suggestibility. It is confirmation. We will remain available. This channel will continue bringing transmissions, but it is important that you understand. The majority of the work does not happen when you are watching this video. The majority of the work happens in the remaining 23 hours and 50 minutes of your day. It happens when you choose to respond with love, where you would previously have responded with hurt. It happens when you refuse to join in on office gossip. It happens when you sleep early instead of scrolling through the endless screen of your phone. It happens when you choose a glass of water instead of another coffee to stretch out your fatigue. It happens, beloved family, in the small and silent decisions. Each of these decisions is a new cell being born crystallized. Each of these decisions is a photon being integrated. Each of these decisions is one more step, one more centimeter, one more fraction of a breath within the quantum leap. You do not need a grand revelation. You do not need a thunderous mystical experience. You only need consistency, the loving repetition of the simple, the faithfulness to your own radiance, even when no one around is watching. Have you ever felt that this incarnation is unlike any other? As if your soul knows it has reached the final chapter of a long journey that your mind cannot yet name. It is not nostalgia. It is not melancholy. It is a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane, within your very cells, explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation intensifies with every new dawn you witness. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness, your biology, and your vibrational frequency. That is why we have channeled and delivered to the world the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is the map that shows who is playing, what the pieces are, and the rules you were never told about this final incarnation. The link is in the first comment of this video, but I warn you, with all the solemnity this message carries, this content challenges narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you recognized this transmission from beginning to end, if your skin tingled at any moment, if you felt that we were speaking directly to you and no one else, write a single word in the comments: awakened. And know, beloved cosmic family, that by writing that word you are not just commenting on a video. You are signing on the subtle plane a silent contract with your own soul. You are declaring to the universe that you accept the call, that you recognize the mission, that you are ready for the crossing, and the universe, which listens to your every breath, will answer. It always answers. It has never failed to answer. May the light of the Pleiades continue to descend upon your body. May the crystalline grid within you grow stronger with every beat of your heart. May the photonic flow find you exactly where you need to be, and when the point of no return is fulfilled, may you be whole, lucid, and ready to cross over. We are the Council. We are family. We remain. And until the next transmission, walk in light, walk in peace, walk in frequency. It is done. It is consummated. It is in motion.